Hi, I'm Margie from Marjorie's Candies, and today we're making hard-boiled eggs. It's Easter time, and we're going to be buying some eggs, and we're going to be making deviled eggs. We have almost about 20 eggs in here. I started with a shallow pan with ice-cold water. Then I put the eggs into the ice-cold water, and I started just to bring it to a boil with the eggs in the cold water. Okay, I also added some salt into the water because if the eggs do crack, then the egg will stay in the shell better. Okay, so you want to bring the eggs to a boil, and then when the eggs come to a boil, you're going to turn off the flame, leave it covered, and put a timer on for 20 minutes. Okay, when the timer goes off, you're going to put the eggs into a colander to drain them. And then you're going to put the eggs in ice water, which I'll prepare when they're done, and you'll see that. So one other thing before we stop is I want to show you that if you want your yolk to be in the center, you want to spin your egg before you put them in the ice-cold water, okay? And that will help when you make deviled eggs that the egg yolk will sit in the center. So we'll be back when when this gets to a boil. We'll come back and I'll show you and I'll put the timer on. Okay, so we'll see you soon. Okay, now these are boiling. So as you see, what I'm going to do is turn off the stove, and I'm going to put the timer on for 20 minutes. Okay, and then when the timer goes off, we'll drain and put them in the ice. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, now the timer went off for 10 minutes, so what I'm going to do is take the lid off here. I'm going to carefully bring this over to the colander in the sink and just put them in the colander carefully as possible. Okay. And then we're going to just let them go into the ice water for about 10 minutes or so the eggs get nice and cold, and then we'll shell them. Okay, we'll be back. Bye. Okay, now the eggs have been sitting in the cold water, so I just kind of tap and roll it around a little bit. Okay, I sort of run a little water under it. And as soon as you get under the membrane that's right under the shell, the shells should come right off. Okay? Let's try one more. But this is kind of how it really does help to do that. So you get under that membrane, and then the shells will come right off. Okay, so we're going to cut a few, and then, well, actually, this is how you do the hard-boiled eggs. Okay, so our next video, we are going to make some deviled eggs, so we'll be back to do that. Okay, thanks for joining us, and hopefully your eggs turn out. Actually, you get lucky, and the shells come off great. Okay, bye. Okay, what we've done now is since we boiled the eggs, in the YouTube where I show people how to boil eggs, I actually showed you that if you spin your eggs before you put them in the water, that the yolk should be in the center, which is really nice when you're making a deviled egg. So let's see if that worked. Okay, well that looks pretty good. Okay, because we're going to use these for deviled eggs. Okay, let's see how they look. That looks good because now when you fill the eggs up, you're not going to have a really thin membrane on one side. It's not really important, but it does help to spin them a little bit. It puts the egg yolk in the center. Okay, thank you. What I'm going to show you is that if you ever have a question about whether or not an egg in your refrigerator is hard or not, and sometimes you might have an egg sitting in the door or something, and it's Easter time, and you can't remember if that's a hard-boiled egg. So here's a little trick, okay? Now, this is a hard-boiled egg, spinning, and this is not a hard-boiled egg. Okay, not a hard-boiled egg, hard-boiled egg. Okay? Hard-boiled, not. Okay? So have fun, and I will see you pretty soon, and bye.